Hey guys, new video here. So in this one, we're going to wrap up the third week of the Blight League, what we've done and what we're planning on doing. So this week we set out to create our boss killer. That was the goal, was to get our boss killer. Maybe farm some new brawlers, maybe? I don't know. But unfortunately that didn't go according to plan. It was really feeling volatile dead as a nice chill boss killer. This is due to the new necromancer corpse nodes. Which I felt at the time. Now, I didn't want to just do a normal build. Right? You know me. I like to do my own flavor on things. But the variations of builds that I knew about was just the normal hand casting volatile dead. You could do cast while channeling or cast on crit, and then Poet's Pen. There might be like traps or totems, but you know they're like not that good. I didn't want to do anything with that. So I didn't want to do a cast while channeling or a cast on crit build because I did one last league. I did cast while channel Ice Nova. It was my Vol Ice Nova Pathfinder build. It's pretty much just going to be like the same kind of concept. And the Poet's Pen is, well, it's just Poet's Pen. We all know what's Poet Pen like. There's not really much to expand upon there. So basically I'm just left with hand casting. But I didn't want to be a 2-spell cast build, right? I didn't want to cast Desecrate, then Volatile Dead, then Desecrate, then Volatile Dead at every single pack. So I had to figure out how to make the Desecrate part automated, so I'm just casting Volatile Dead. That's where I made the Witch build, the Volatile Dead, what I'll call the Auto Volatile Dead, maybe. It doesn't have a real name, but I made a video of it if you want to go into more details on how it actually works. And then, you know, the conclusions of the build. But in short, it didn't really fulfill the original goal that we set out for. So to me, personally, I would consider it a failure in that regards. I did manage to kill a Shaper with it, but I had 2 deaths to, like, teleport. Shaper teleported mid-slam. And then when I went back in, I just instantly died to something invisible. I couldn't even see anything on the screen. And then I got to the second Man in Black, and then the game crashed. So I had to run through that area twice, you know, and it really was not satisfying with that result. And at the time, I was getting a bit frustrated with the build, so I did do it in Delves, and it is actually did fairly well in Delves because you can sit back a bit, spam your Desecrate, and then it sends the balls into the mobs ahead. But because it wasn't really killing the bosses, it doesn't really matter how good it does in Delve, because I want it to be like the solid boss killer, because eventually I'm going to find bosses in Delve that I want to be able to kill as well, right? So the character is no more, like we did the video, and now I'm going to be stripping the character and then turning it into a new character. What that character will probably be, what I'm thinking of right now, anyway, is a Vortex Cold Snap dot occultist build. You know, so we'll look into that. It gives me a lot of gearing opportunities, which I like. You know, I like having buying upgrades, you know, when you can work upgrades in. You're not like your build's not complete. So that's the end of that character, and maybe the beginning of it again, I don't know. But for the second half of the week, we just went back to the Wild Striker. And well, the Wild Striker is a really fun mapper. It's primarily because of the chains, and then also the impulses popping. It makes clearing feel really nice when the Wild Strike arc just change through the packs, and then you just hear the impulses just clean everything up like that. This feels really nice and feels really satisfying. But on the other hand, bossing, that's a completely different story. So I did do Shaper Guardians to spawn a new Brawler, and I did do a new Brawler on this character because I wanted to see if I could do it or not, and I felt like I could do it, and well, as you'll see, in a bit I'll play the full fight. It's a bit meh, it's okay. But anyway, doing the Shaper Guardians was really easy and smooth, and we could do Shaper Guardians all the day because we had a map before we get to the Guardians, meaning that I could ramp up my charge, I could ramp up my frenzy charges, I could ramp up my charges on my double strike, I could ramp up my blitz charges, and so we're going into the boss fight fully juiced, and it's really easy from that point. So all the guardians, Chimera's a little annoying because it was phased, but for the most part they were all really easily. Now Uber Elder Guardians, on the other hand, those were really annoying because they go into a loading screen, meaning I lose all my charge up, so I have to charge it all up in the fight. And it wasn't too bad, you know, it's just slow to get going. But the worst were being the fire and the lightning ones. The fire one because he always ignited me a lot, and the ignite just drained me for some reason. Even when I used like ignite flasks, I couldn't keep my flasks up permanently because my kill speed was so slow. And then the lightning dude's got like a million immune phases, so I'm just spending most of the time leaping around waiting for him to come out of his immune phase. And then we got to the actual Uber. And yeah, it was pretty rough. It was a pretty rough Uber Elder, as you'll be able to see. This I had to do it. This is the second Uber Elder kill. I mean set. Sorry, I had to do 2 sets to get this kill. Like, we didn't get it on the first set because like I died like 4 times before the first portal phase. It wasn't really good. I wasn't really. But I got into the rhythm of it and I felt confident, so we went in for the second set and we managed to get it. But the second set was a lot smoother. It wasn't deathless, but if you got a lot of practice, and I upgraded my gear to be like really good gear with my current build setup, I think you could maybe do it deathless, but there's a lot of dodging that you have to do. You have to dodge the balls, shaper balls all the time because you can never be standing near him. You have to be dodging Elder's spears all the time because you can take a hit from a spear, but you can't really take more than that. You can take like 1 auto attack as well, but you can't take more than that, you know. So there's a lot of dodging and moving about to deal with in the fight. So yeah, pushing it into the first portal phase was the hardest because you're obviously entering them with no ramp, so you have to spend the time ramping up. That's mostly all you're doing, is just getting your charges up, getting all your rage going, and getting some blitz charges going. So that took a while to get into there because also we have no double strike either. Then when you get into the portal phase, the portal just like instantly dies, so there's not an issue. And then that charges my Vol double strike up. Then we get into the next phase, and we phase that really fast because we got the boys. We just pop the boys, blast Shaper, blast Elder, boom. Then Shaper goes into his portal phase. Then after that portal phase, that's where it gets hard again because we have no double strike to blitz through the phase. So there's a lot of jumping around, a lot of dodging trying to do in there. And then they'll get to the last portal phase again, we charge up the boys, and in the end we just blast the boys out, and then it's done at that point onwards. But I really wasn't happy with that kill. It didn't really feel that good, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to keep trying it because I wasn't really happy with the kill, and I felt like it would take too much effort to get it feeling good with this current setup using this character. So the character is now being demoted or promoted, depends how you look at it, to only being a tier 16 Alleyways Map Blaster. Now we did recently upgrade to going from tier 7 Alleyways to tier 16s, and honestly there's not really much difference. Like, the clear still feels the same. I still jump into a pack, I right click once, the pack gets deleted. That's tier 7, tier 16, no difference on that. And the difference being is that the mobs do hit a bit harder, so I have to dodge or maybe not go too deep on them. The boss still dies fairly easy, you just pop the boys on him, there's not much of an issue there. So I might need to figure out some defensive changes to the build. Maybe not, I don't know. I think I might need to drop, currently I have Herald of Thunder, and I might need to drop the Herald of Thunder and put in a Flesh and Stone for some blind to help with the bit of evasion that I get through my Jade Flask, and the evasion that I have on my gear as well. But the clear is still really satisfying, and the speed will never get old. You're just jumping around speed. I will be making a better guide, like a guide on this character, a full guide on this character, not similar to the witch, but a bit more of a real guide. Once I got the final things sorted out, like I'm not 100% on the certain gear. I need to anoint an amulet with the Tribal Fury and try without Ancestral Call, see how that feels for mapping. So there will be a guide for that coming shortly. So I don't know how much money I'm going to spend changing this build up right now, because primarily my money is going to be spent towards going making this cultist, because I really want to make the cultist not suck. And so I need to have plenty of quality gear, which will be self-crafting, because a lot of it is craftable. So I'm going to be trying to self-craft as much as I can rather than just straight up buying it. I think it's a bit more fun and a bit more longevity in the creation of that build. And yeah, I don't want to make a build that can kind of do it. I want to make a build that's really good at it, right? So that's why we're going to be making, putting our money in there. So that's going to be it for this week. So next week, that's what we're going to be doing. Spending most of my time map blasting here and doing some crafting session for some of the cold occultist stuff. So yeah, if you want to catch any of that, I am streaming all week live on Twitch with the links in the description. If you've got any suggestions I could change with the WoW Striker, then let me know. I'll link the current... You can upload my character into Path of Building and have a look. But other than that, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!